Hey Chiefs Kingdom! Can you believe it? We've already locked in the top seed for the AFC. It's a great time to be a Kansas City fan, but here's the kicker. While the Chiefs take it easy this weekend, resting their starters against the Broncos, there's still one game that could have a huge impact on our path to the Super Bowl. Let's dive into the strategy. Even though the Chiefs aren't fighting for playoff positioning anymore, the outcome of the Ravens game against the Browns could significantly affect our playoff journey. Quick question for you. Do you think every little detail matters, even when it's not our team on the field? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is where things get interesting. So why should we care about what happens in Baltimore this Saturday? Here's the deal. The Ravens and Steelers are locked in a battle for the number 3 seed in the AFC. If the Ravens beat the Browns, they'll secure that spot. But if they lose, the Steelers could swoop in and take it. What does all this mean for us as Chiefs fans? It's simple. It's all about the path to the Super Bowl. If the Ravens grab the number 3 seed, they'll likely face the Bills in the divisional round, two powerhouse teams going head-to-head before even getting a shot at us. On the other hand, if we end up facing either the Texans or Steelers, a couple of teams we've already beaten comfortably this season, it opens up a much clearer path for us. Let me ask you this. If you could choose, would you rather have the Chiefs face a tough team like the Ravens early, or save that matchup for later? Vote down in the comments, because playoff positioning is everything. Now, let's dive into the ideal playoff scenario for the Chiefs. Picture this. The Ravens win on Saturday, which means we get the Texans or Steelers in the divisional round. Sounds great, right? Here's why. The Ravens and Bills are the two teams that genuinely pose a threat to us in the AFC. The Ravens have had a strong season, and we know how dangerous they can be, especially after what they did last year in the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Bills are always a contender. If the Ravens win the number 3 seed, they'll likely face the Bills before we even have to worry about them. That's one less heavyweight on our radar. Now, think about this. If we end up facing the Texans or Steelers, we're up against teams we've already dominated. Sure, no playoff game is guaranteed, but it's definitely a more favorable matchup. I know some of you might say you have to beat the best to be the best, and I get that. But wouldn't you rather see the Ravens and Bills take each other out first? What do you think? Should the Chiefs' road to the Super Bowl go through the Steelers and Texans instead? Let's discuss it in the comments. Now, here comes the nerve-wracking part. You'd think a Ravens win against the 3-13 Browns would be a sure thing, right? Well, not so fast. The Ravens have stumbled against lower-tier teams multiple times this season. Remember, they lost to the 4-2 Raiders and, surprisingly enough, to the Browns earlier in October. Yes, that same team they'll be facing this Saturday. In that upset, the Browns, led by Jameis Winston, stunned the Ravens with a 29-20 victory. So while a win might seem likely, it's anything but guaranteed. And here's a wild thought. If the Ravens lose and the Bengals beat the Steelers, the Bengals could still snag the 3rd seed. Ironically, the Bengals helping us out while the Chiefs potentially knock them out next week. What a twist. What's your prediction? Can the Ravens pull off the win, or are we looking at another upset? Let me know in the comments. So there you have it, Chiefs fans. Whether the Ravens win or lose, this weekend's game is crucial in determining our path to the Super Bowl. It's all about strategy and stacking the odds in our favor. In the best-case scenario, the Ravens win, making the road tougher for our biggest challengers, while giving the Chiefs an easier matchup. What do you think? Should we be rooting for Baltimore this weekend, or do you have a different strategy in mind? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Chiefs updates. Let's keep the momentum going. Go Chiefs!